Greetings, fellow TIs and Americans. This message that I'm going to share is perhaps going to be criticized by non-TIs. But it is based on facts, and some of it is based on video evidence. Through the years, I have been harassed. And when I lived in Texas, I was harassed by an FBI field agent which worked at the Austin FBI field office. I had contacted a small practice which did clinical trials. Their office is located 14 miles from my residence. All the hair on my head was falling off in little circles and little clumps. I had really bad alopecia areata. So I go to this clinical trial, and I'm the only one there. And guess who shows up seconds later? An FBI agent. Harassing me. So while I'm back there, the lady told me, said, look, this lady had called seconds after we hung up. She works for the FBI. I said, I already know that. Because when I went to the FBI to complain about my harassment, I had seen her there. So the FBI harasses people. They harass people at doctors' offices, and guess what? They are everyday participants in activities with the Central Intelligence Agency. They gang stalk and they harass people. Another group to watch out for is the U.S. Army, the Northern Command in Austin, Texas. Most of the people in the military are good people, but you're always going to have little divisions which are involved like in psychological warfare. They're tied to citizens core programs, and they will operate outside of the law, similar to like citizens on patrol. Upon moving here to Florida, I complained about being harassed at gas stations. I can go on for hours. I'm not going to talk about that. Parks, where I fish, where I eat, where I shop. It was crazy. So I started turning off my cell phone when out, and I noticed a dramatic decrease in targeting. I had noted that stingray detection apps were all going off systematically, and I started going to the locations of where these stingray devices were going off to discover a variety of CIA partners, groups, both public and private, being utilized. So there are 8A business vendors being used, women-owned business vendors. That's why a lot of male TIs, they may find themselves being stalked and harassed by a government contractor, which is even listed as a government contractor online. So if you're harassed systematically where you live by business owners, women and children, people with no tags, understand that you're dealing with the government, which puts this crap on a local level where people target you. Because see, slander isn't a crime. So they'll tell your neighbors you're a pedophile. This has actually happened to me. And it's happened to people which have refused to become FBI informants. I'd rather die than serve the New World Order and these programs which are linked to mass shootings and terrorism. I don't want to be a part of it. So the FBI is a terrorism threat, along with the CIA. And if the NSA is supporting this and outsourcing to colleges and universities, we really need to examine these programs and the harm that it can cause not only our country, but our schools. We need to see, are these people a bunch of closeted liberals which have some type of gun agenda? Now, I'm nonviolent. I don't harass or harm people because I know that if I was to do this crap to cops or their families, they will come out shooting. Anyone would. You're stalking and harassing people. You're gonna cause a problem. I've been talking about this crap state by state. And what do people do? Politicians and people, they do this. And this is why we have problems even with Russia. And when something happens, then people are gonna be opening up their ears saying, you know, maybe messing with people isn't the right thing. Anyway, say no to violence, say no to terrorism. You cannot imagine how much harassment I've been through. And yes, the CIA is a part of this at times. They do outsource. They do utilize emergency management and citizens court programs, and they will flag people. When I went to the state attorney's office in this county to tell them about what I'm going through to see about victims' compensation, they told me if you want to go to the park, just pay the police and you can get supervision while walking. I recorded it. So there is no help, people. Anyways, God bless. Say no to violence. Say no to terrorism. Peace.